everyone, so today I thought I'd share with you how to make these simple braided duct tape bracelets. There's a bunch of tutorials here on YouTube on how to make these, but I just thought I'd share with you real quick how I do it. Everybody does it a little bit differently, so the first thing you're going to need is 3 coordinating colors of duct tape. So today I'm going to use the Super Mario, and then I'm going to use green and white, and that's to match the little mushroom there. And then you're going to need a pair of good scissors, and that's about it for the tutorial. So real quick, I'm going to show you using the green. You're going to take, depending on your wrist size, you may need to adjust the length of duct tape that you start with, but roughly I start with 10 to 11 inches worth of duct tape, and that fits around my wrist with a little room to spare. So you're going to take that piece of duct tape once you've ripped it, and you're going to rip it down the center. And most of the duct tapes you can just rip them. If you want, you can place the duct tape down and then cut it. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to take your length of duct tape, and you're going to actually start by folding it in thirds. So you're going to take that, and as you're going, you're going to push it down with your finger, trying to keep it as straight as possible. And you're just going to follow that all the way down the length of duct tape. Try not to get any wrinkles, or as little as possible. It really doesn't matter once it's done in the braid. And then you're just going to fold that over one more time. And again, following it with your finger, pressing it down as you go, trying to keep it as straight as possible. And continue down. And then fold it over the last time, pressing it down and following it all the way down. And there's your first strand. You're going to need to do that for all 3 of your colors. I already have mine here. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need to decide which piece or which duct tape you want to be your accent duct tape. So for instance, in this one I used the zebra here, and then that's just up to you which one you want to use, and I'll show you when we get there what you need. But for this one I'm going to use the Mario. So you're just going to need ahead of time to take 2 small pieces of that, so there's 1 and 2, and you're just going to set that aside for now. Okay, and you're going to need that duct tape again, so don't get rid of it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your 3 pieces, you're going to arrange them where they're stacked on top of each other to start with. And you're going to take one of those pieces that you set aside, and you're just going to wrap it around, and I'm not going all the way up, I'm leaving my little tail, and you're just going to wrap that around tightly, and then you're going to wait until it connects, and you're just going to snip that excess off. So once you have that, you're ready to start the actual braiding, and you're going to kind of fan those out like so. Now if you are not able to hold it while you braid, you can use another piece of duct tape and tape it down to give yourself a little bit of stability. I'm able to just hold it as I'm braiding. So you're going to take your far end and you're just going to pull it over, and you're kind of scrunching it as you go on the side, and you're just going to continue doing that. And as you're doing it, you're making sure that the pieces are laying flat. So I'm not bending it, I'm just pulling it, and with my thumb on the other side I'm making sure that it lays flat. So I'm holding it so it lays flat and continuing down. And I am pulling it somewhat tight, and the whole time I'm holding it again with my thumb just to make sure that it follows that. And once you get going, it's fairly fast. And this way I'm able to keep it tight from the top all the way down. Sometimes when you tape it down, it kind of loses slack and the end of it isn't as tight, and you may have to go back and kind of tighten it. And as you're going, you may find the need to kind of pull it. So as we get to the end, you just kind of need to pay attention. And again, we're not folding it under. What we're doing is we're just scrunching it. So if you look at that, I'm bringing it from the side instead of over. So, and the whole time you're going to keep pulling it tight, and from the side and over, from the side. And sorry if you hear my son in the background, he woke up from his nap. So once you get it to the end, you're going to take your other piece and you're just going to put that around tightly. Taking off any excess. So now that you're at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to place it around your arm, and you're going to see if you need to take any off, if it's too long or too short, and you're just kind of do that with one hand. And so for mine, it's pretty close to the size I need, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your accent, whatever color you had chose, and you're going to rip off a piece of that. So roughly, just to give you an idea, this is about 2 inches long. So once you have that, you're going to flip it upside down so that the sticky part's exposed, and you're going to place this like so, so that the inside, there's a little bit piece here, and you're going to do the same on this side. And that just gives you a little bit of extra sticky, holding that in and sealing it. Now at this point, what you could do is, if you were going to have this in water or anything like that, you could put a little bit of glue, like this one here, and you would just place that along the line there, and that would keep any water from getting in to help seal that. And then you're just going to fold this around, and you're just going to continue to follow that around, tightly pulling it as you go. And there's your bracelet. So at this point, then you can slip it on, and it should fit. And that's all there is to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, you can inbox me or comment below, and I'll try to answer the best of my ability. And you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching.